Welcome lads and lasses to Dan Ventures Out. Today we are venturing through Saltpan Creek, going through the walking track here, as well as checking out other cool locations along the creek. We also learn a little bit about the future plans for the walking tracks in the area. Join me for this epic excursion in the southwest of Sydney. And if you like what you've seen here, please like, comment and subscribe for more from me at Dan Ventures Out. Now without further ado, let's get to it. It is ripping through. Try and get to Saltpan Reserve in the next installment of Dan Ventures Out. So we're continuing on our trail here. It's more of a track now. We've got a nice concrete walkway, no more boardwalk and no more dirt tracks. And we're going to continue along here and try and get to Saltpan Reserve. Now technically speaking, I haven't been this far along Saltpan Creek's track, in memory at least. The train! Woo! Hello everybody! I'm sure they're having a lovely day. Anyway, yes, I imagine this goes towards the Bankstown side of the walk here. We've got some work going on along here. I saw some new pipes being put down, although I'm not entirely sure what this plant is for. So you might have seen a few spots along the river or the creek here that has construction going on. Excuse me, there's a spiderweb on the front. It has construction going on, and apparently there is a ongoing project called the Saltpan Creek Open Space Corridor. It was from 2001 where they were proposing a whole lot of upgrades to the paths and parks and reserves along the tracks, starting from out near Lugano at Everts Park and all the way to near the Bankstown train station. And there was, I think it was 50 proposed upgrades to the parts of the track and reserves, and adding other facilities into the area to help them, you know, improve the walk itself and the creek itself as well. Oh wow, I've just seen a cicada, a real one, for the first time. I always thought they were green for some reason, but this fellow's like brown, orange and black. How interesting. Well, that's cool to see. Learn something new every day, don't you? Awesome. Well, looks like we do have more boardwalk here. Looky there. Oh, and here we can start to see the mangroves, how the roots stick up from the mud. Yes, they're starting to become visible in the water now because the water is receding more. Unfortunately, there is a lot of rubbish as well because the tide was so high. It's really washing away all the trash that has accumulated on the sides of the river, on the creek. That's a little sad. Wow, this track is actually really nice and flat. There's no big rises, big falls at all in the altitude of the track here. It's weird, I always have the memory of this track being extremely treacherous, hard to get through. We'd be puffed and exhausted by the time we got to that bridge near the train station there. And it's so weird coming back now as a man, and it's really not nearly as bad as I had always thought. You know, I even remember coming through the Saltpan Creek track where we got out near that train station bridge again. And we used to come along there for excursions. It's in primary school. And we used to do little activities and try and spot different animals and plants and stuff as we were going along the walking trails. And again, I remember it being so incredibly treacherous. Wow. We're now off the boardwalk again. Now we're gonna continue our way to a spot my mate actually recommended to me. Saltpan Creek Reserve apparently has a nice walking track. Part of the track I've been walking along now, but it joins up to it there. So yeah, so I might have a look. Uh-oh. It's a seat in the shade. Well, I'm gonna sit on it. Oh, have a quick 5-minute break, I think. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it in the background, but we're actually getting close to where the M5 crosses the walking trails here. So it could be a little loud in the future of the video here because of all the traffic on the road above, but we'll endeavor to keep going. Alrighty, rested up. Let's keep going on our little track here. Bag on, hat on, water required. Let us be off. Well, here's a little device that collects pollutants and sediments by stopping them from entering the Georges River. Should be a little fence down there. Hey look, it'll do something for the bottles and other rubbish. Yeah, there's a few times along this walk where I've come across a whiff of something rather untasteful to the nose. Gosh darn, it's got a bit of a stench to it here and there. I wonder if that's what it means by the polluted water and why you should not be eating the fish from here. Because it smells pretty bad here and there. Unfortunately, it's really starting to heat up now. I'm getting a bit toasty. Just about 1:30, so practically the middle of the day and the sun is beaming on us. It is still pretty though. I mean, look at this. Lovely marshlands. We've got mangroves on the left and the right of the boardwalk. Quite peaceful. Not many people coming along this way either. Could be the time of day I've picked to come though. And if you want to watch a bit of TV, well, I've got you sorted. Honestly, who puts a TV down here, really? And I tell you, everyone says about how the GoPros don't work well in the cold, but they don't like the heat either. I might get a minute of recording before the whole camera overheats and switches it off. Yeah, so that's another thing to keep in mind if you're coming out with your GoPro and recording. Keep yourself a set of spare batteries so you can switch them out when they overheat. Wowee, it's starting to get loud now. We're about 50 meters from the M5 motorway, one of the biggest motorways in all of Sydney. It runs from the city out west and links the two areas together. Wow, look at the mangroves here. I reckon this would have been full of water not long ago. Maybe an hour ago even, this would have been full of water, and now it's gone. It's all empty. Well, now I don't know where to go. I'm going left on a boardwalk up some stairs. I'll have to refer to my map. Going to the left leads to Bankstown. But we're not going left today. We are going towards Reverve, which is across this little bridge. Well, this is an interesting view. Following this boardwalk, we're now near the tops of the mangrove trees. Now, I do imagine they get trimmed because this is a newer bridge. You can see with the metal parts of the bridge here as well. Ooh, we got a nice little fern style tree down here. Some pretty purple flowers here. still going. I still haven't seen the reserve yet. Damn, another split. Google Maps really does come in handy, I tell you what. All right across the bridge here should be the start of Saltpan Creek Reserve. See how dark and dirty the water is out here. But it is still receding, so I imagine this becomes completely dry when it's on low tide. All right, to get to the spot my mate was talking about, I believe I have to go back under the M5 motorway, which will then take me to a oval shaped walking track. Let's check that out. That is the M5 above me. Well, this looks like the loop track oval my mate was talking about. It is paved. Almost looks like a road or a go-kart track. Damn, that'd be cool. Where's me go-kart when I need it? Can't quite see over the hill to my right here yet, but I think further ahead we get a little bit of rise in the road or walking paths and should be able to see what is up there. You know what I might do? I'm going to time how long it takes to do a lap of the oval here, so I'll add an extra maybe a minute for the part I've already walked and start the timer now. And I'll check back in when I get around to the start again. Oh boy, so far not a hard track to walk. However, zero shade so far. It's quite toasty out here. Coming over the brow of the hill now, it looks like a big grass oval area here. Cool. Mate, it has been flat. Oh man, it's hot. It is really hot. Much more cool going through the mangroves. I got the coolness from the water evaporating and the shade of the trees as well. Hello there! Some of the kids saying hi to me from the fence line. Must be lunchtime or maybe PE. Alright, lads and lasses, let's have a guessing contest about what's in the shed. I'm betting just some little pipes or a little gardening shed, but hey, who knows. Alrighty, well, we've made it about 70-75% of the way around. Gotta hand it to me mate, it is a nice flat area here to walk on. I reckon it'd be quite nice in the winter time. Definitely not in summer, it'd be way too hot, I think. It feels like even the ground is reflecting the heat here. Anyway, not too far to the end of the track. Hey there, Maggie. How you doing, bud? Another little shed, and it says landfill gases may be present. We've got a little berry tree here. I think technically these bud into flowers, like we have here. Hi, little magpie. Don't swoop at me, please. Yep, magpies in Australia can be dangerous. You watch out. If you get anywhere near their nest, they will swoop at you constantly. They'll go for the back of your head. In saying that, you want to scare them off, confuse them by turning your hat around, and they're a lot less likely to swoop at you. Oh ho ho, I see the start. There she is. Right here is one lap. Alright, lap done. And it has taken me 21 minutes. Plus, we'll say a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So 22 and a half minutes. Not too bad. Now I need to go find myself some shade. Well, that loop is done. Not too shabby. And I'm glad to be under the M5 again where there's some shade. How sad. But yes, takes about 20 minutes, I would say, if you walk a little bit quicker than this lazy duck. And obviously I stopped to record a couple of times. So. Now there is also the question of whether I actually listened properly to my mate and went to the right walking track. So hopefully I did. And if not, I can always come out here again and take one of the other trails. But for now, we're gonna go back to the car. Oh boy, been walking for a couple of hours on and off here. It's now 2:20, but I am pretty exhausted and I've already walked over 10,000 steps so far. So far today I'm sitting on 6.7, 6.8 kilometers so far walked, compared to Simmos Beach was about 6 kilometers. So we've gone a lot further today and I'm feeling it, to be honest. It could also be the heat though, because yeah, hot weather and Danny don't go well together. But we're gonna keep on going, because if it's taking me about 6 kilometers to get here, we're talking about 5 kilometers to get back. So I'm gonna get walking. Now on the way back, keep an eye out for all the different types of environments we see as we're going along the walking tracks here. Too hot for me. Oh jeez. Now that I'm back walking again, I can tell I've got blisters on my toes. Whilst I've been doing alright with my water today, I still have about maybe a quarter of my 1.5 litre bottle. It has gotten really hot, the water inside, so it's drinkable, but it's not as soothing as it could be. I think I may need to invest in some kind of sports bottle that holds temperature a little bit better. Either that or maybe a camel pack with internal storage as well. Might be a good idea, I think. Wow, we made it back to the train bridge. You can really see how old this boardwalk actually is in the sunlight here. It is completely green with mold. All of the bolts are rusted now. Really does need that refurbish they were talking about in the project from earlier. I hope they come along and do that. It'll make it a lot better of a walk. Well, we're just about done with our little adventure out here today at Saltpan Creek on the walking tracks here. It was a pretty nice walk for most of the walk, all the way to where that footbridge is that crosses near the train station. I think that is a good stopping point for most people. You'll get to see the nicest parts of this trail and really get to enjoy the different environments. And also shout out to my mate who suggested going around the Saltpan Creek Reserve oval track. Really good flat track for any time during the cooler months. I think a little bit too hot without any shade for the warmer months. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this adventure. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more from me at Dan Ventures Out. And I'll catch you guys the next time we venture out.